goody, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back. Gotta get with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. I did not expect to see this news today while I was watching Mac Jones and Justin Fields at their pro days. The Carolina Panthers have made a move. They signed a player after watching him work out at his pro day. How's that even possible? Throw up this tweet right here from Joe Person saying, Panthers have signed BYU wide receiver Micah Simon after seeing him at Cougars pro day. As Tom Pelissero said, Simon gets a 3-year minimum deal after going undrafted last year amid COVID per source. So a guy who went undrafted and unsigned sat out all last year now gets a chance at the NFL because he said, hey, look, things weren't looking too hot for me last time around. Maybe these coaches, if they're already here for my boy Zach Wilson, if they're already here for you, then, maybe I can get another shot with actual eyes on the field. This could be my time right here. And when I heard all that and I saw that, I won't lie to you. I had to say, I gotta respect the grind. I gotta respect the hustle. You know, you go undrafted and you go unsigned. That can hurt your mental a little bit. The man, Micah Simon, ran a 4.34 40 at his pro day. Throw it up right here. You run a 4.34 40, someone's going to pick you up expeditiously. And this is what happened with Micah Simon. Now, you might be asking yourself, who's Micah Simon? What's his skill set? How can he actually help the Panthers? And how did he get a 3-year deal? He has a 3-year deal based off of 40 time, basically? Well, if you've never been in the NFL before, the first deal is a 3-year deal. And it has to be a 3-year deal if this is a first time signing a contract with an NFL team. That's how the rules work. Micah Simon is a guy who is a role player. He plays a role, does it well, isn't a superstar, isn't a bum either, but he's never going to really wow you on the field. He kind of reminds me of what Jarius Wright was for us before he got hurt. Like a third down security blanket, a dude who can sit down in the zone, a dude who actually has a pretty decent route tree, although for the most part at BYU, they mainly use him on in-breaking routes, the slants, the ends. You saw him on a lot of crossers, on third down and whatnot, these shorter kind of routes. He's not a yak guy. So when you think about him in this Carolina offense and with Teddy Bridgewater, you understand Teddy is a yards after catch quarterback, meaning his receivers got to do the heavy lifting. That's fine because we have some very good receivers and a very good running back who can be a receiver, right? So it's all good there. But the synergy between what Teddy wants his receivers to do versus what Micah Simon is built for is maybe a little bit off, but still Micah Simon catches everything in traffic through contact. Micah Simon is strong. He's 6'1", like 195. So he's a slot guy who can play outside sometimes. You see him a lot in bunch formations and in stacks where it's all about timing and all about getting the secondary confused about who they're guarding and where Micah Simon's going at any moment. Like I said, he's not a superstar, but he is effective in his role. And his numbers, you can see right here, they're not all that crazy, right? 3 years ago, 27 receptions, almost 400 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 2 years ago, he played in 10 games, had 12 receptions for 107 yards, no touchdowns. And just this past year, he had 51 receptions for 616 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the first thing you probably notice is the lack of yards, only 1,000 in 3 years. The second is probably what was really the first thing, and that's 5 touchdowns in 3 years. Like I said, it's not really his role to be a superstar, a guy who takes over games, blows games open. That's just not what he does. What he does is give you timely first downs, timely yards, and he is dependable when you do pass him the rock. Now, keep in mind that this is a team that has a ton of options. I kind of compared him to a Jarius Wright kind of guy, but he's still a little bit different than that. I want to see just how he's used in comeback routes. I don't think I saw that very often in BYU, but I think a guy who is fast. If you're running a 4.34 and you're 6'1", defenders have to respect your speed. He was sent on deep fades more than a few times, but I really do think that for the most part, where he did most of his damage was on those in-breaking routes and those crossers. But with a guy who's 6'1", running a 4.34 40, that's a very good thing because they may think, okay, yeah, he's only going to be running these in-breaking routes. That's what his specialty is. But you have to always respect a man who can run 4.3 and is 6'1", because for the most part, these corners are 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet. You already have a size disadvantage. And he's running a 4.34, running straight at a line, straight at you. This is the dude who can get deep very, very quickly. Now, maybe it's to go ahead and soften up those safeties, get them to back up, but you have to respect the fade which means the comeback route is even stronger. If you can sell the comeback route, you'll always get open as a guy who is that fast. If you can sell it well enough, you will always get open. And that's a huge strength that I think a lot of our guys, DJ, Curtis can do it very well as well. I think Jarius Wright was all right with that too. So this is a very, very strong route for these bigger, faster kind of dudes. And if we can use my man like this, Micah Simon can become a very important piece. Not a very, flashy piece. Not a guy who comes out with 140 yards every other game, right? Getting 2 touchdowns every 3 games, right? He's not going to do that. But he can be a very pivotal piece to a team that needs to have these weapons work at the highest level so that we have a lot of help for Teddy Bridgewater. Now, if you ask me what kind of role I see Micah Simon having when you're competing with David Moore and even Dan Arnold at tight end for those spots, for those receptions, for those targets, I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly where he fits in between Dan Arnold and David Moore, right? Because those are our 4th and 5th options most likely. Because it's going to be DJ, Robbie, Christian McCaffrey. But don't forget about Omar Bayless as well. So this is an opportunity. We don't know if Micah Simon is going to actually make the team, but he made a good enough impression on the Panthers at his pro day to warrant a signing. So, hey, this is his shot. He didn't get a shot last year. This is his shot right here. And I like the signing. I can't guarantee he will make the team because it's going to be real hard when you have Dan Arnold, David Moore, and even Omar Bayless, right? And he's not really even a kick returner or a punt returner, so he can't sneak on the roster like that. So we're going to have to see and monitor just exactly how well Micah Simons does fit on this team. I definitely want to see him at training camp and in the preseason. So anything can happen if he can perform to a certain level during those times. And hey, he could have a diamond in the rough kind of story right here. And it's the kind of story you love to see. He could easily become a fan favorite if he does actually make the team after working this hard. I gotta say, I like the signing. Man. That's how I feel about it, man. What are y'all's thoughts on my man Micah Simons, his speed, how he's going to be used, how he works in his offense? Do you think he'll make the actual team? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.